for this question, you need to figure out the distance. I will go ahead and highlight that just so I remember what I'm trying to find. So if you want to in the test, you want to do something like that as well to remind yourself. Alright, what's the formula? Go to your formula sheet and have a look. Distance is x squared take x1 squared plus y2 take y1 squared. That will be on your equation sheet as well on the test, so don't worry too much about remembering, but you need to understand how to actually do the question. First step is easy, always label it x1, y1, x2, y2, and then just sub it in. D equals x2, so 2 take x1 minus 4, y2, which is 10, take minus 1. Right, so that will be 2 plus 4, which is 6, 10 plus 1, which is 11. Right, so I'm just going to do that in a calculator, or if you want to run by hand. So that would be 157. Hopefully I did the calculation right. I'm going to double check on my calculator. Yep, 157, so you can leave it as that or change it to decimal points, I don't really mind, so approximately 12.5 units. Right, it's important that you write units because it's distance. Right, let's figure out the gradient. Now, gradient formula is simple. It should be on your test as well at the front sheet, so don't worry too much about remembering it, but how are you going to use it? Right, all I have to do is use these y2, x2's things I've labelled before, so 10 take 1, 2 take 4, so 11 over 6, and that's my gradient. Midpoint. Now, midpoint we use capital M, so just be careful. So it's a coordinate. It's x1 plus x2 divided by 2. It's the average of the x's. And it's a y1 plus y2 over 2. Alright, so remember it's a coordinate. Don't add them together. x1 is negative 4. x2 is 2. y1 is negative 1 plus 10, 2. Right, I'm going to simplify that. Negative 4 plus 2 is negative 2. Negative 1 plus 10 is 9. I'm going to simplify this a little bit further because I can do negative 2 divided by 2, which is negative 1. And then 9 over 2 stays as 9 over 2. Alright, find the gradient of all lines perpendicular to line with a gradient form 1b. So if my gradient, is over here 11 over 6. If it's a perpendicular line, what would my gradient be? So my gradient would be the negative reciprocal of that m equation. So m is 11 over 6. Therefore, gradient of perpendicular line will be m equals, first of all, flip the fraction, 6 over 11, and then just add a negative. So negative 6 over 11. Done. Alright, state the gradient and y-intercept of the line. Y equals 2 take 4x over 6. Well, this is pretty easy. All you have to do is realize that it's in a kind of fraction, and then you have to split it. So y equals, remember, you have to split the fraction 2 over 6, and then minus 4x over 6. And the y-intercept becomes all the numbers that are in front of the x. Oh, sorry, that's the gradient. My bad. So the gradient, which is also known as m, is minus 4 over 6. It's the numbers in front of the x. And then the y-intercept is just the constant number, which is this one over here. So 2 over 6. Which also known as, just write as 1 over 2 over 6. I wouldn't simplify it down. That's fine. Right.